Hey guys, this is Jay with the Jay Williams Experience. And guys, I am so excited because I'm going to take you on another inspirational journey to greatness with an amazing person I consider my little sister. She is phenomenal. She is a celebrity chef and she is known to the world as Chef DIVA. I want to introduce you to Nastasia Staten.
Hi guys, welcome me.
Hello. I'm so happy you're here.
I'm excited to be here. When you got this show and I seen that, what did I say? I'm on it. I didn't even ask. I told her, I'm on your show. Let me know what day that I'm coming on here.
And period. She did. It's a fact. And that's what I love about her so much because she does not play. Okay, guys? You have to know her. If you don't know her already, which you probably already do, but I'm so thrilled that you are here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being
I'm grateful to God that you have this. You've been talking about it for a while. So once I seen it, I was like, you didn't call me for the first interview. I was really bothered I wasn't the first person, but it was okay. I didn't need to be.
No. And let me tell you, okay, so I have a list of people that I want to bring on, and she is was one of the first few people on my list. However, this lady right here is always traveling the world. So you have to get on her schedule. Let's be clear. Okay.
I'm working on it. Booked and busy, right?
She stay booked and busy. If you're not working with one of your celebrity clients, she is also a travel business owner, and she walks the walk. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she literally walks the walk. And so one of the things I want to talk to you about, all those things.
Okay.
Let's start with the travel business.
Okay.
So where did it start? What prompted you to start a travel business?
Well, I've been traveling since I was younger. Okay. I was blessed with that in my family, being that we're from Philadelphia and most of our family lives in the southern states, Georgia, Virginia, and the Carolinas. We were always traveling down road trips.
Anyway,
in Winnebagas, back then. And all of us would be in there. It'd be a whole kitchen, everything in there. Grandma would make that fried chicken and potato salad and put it in the car, because we couldn't stop.
Right.
And when we're younger, we didn't know why we couldn't stop. But as we got older, we realized why we couldn't stop because of racism we didn't know anything about. I am 37, so, it's like it was gone, but it's never really gone. So she knew she couldn't stop all of her grandkids coming from the northern states where it was a little bit easier into the southern states and not knowing which gas station and stuff will accept us. Sure. So they had Winnebagas for us with probably about 3 of them going down at once, and it's bathrooms, kitchen, food, and everything. If we had to stop to sleep, we slept inside of there. It was, she was very safe, very, very protective over us. And then fast forward, my mom traveled us. We had a timeshare in Orlando, Florida growing up. And we would go to Florida for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I remember, being a teenager, probably about 13. And I'm like, dang, I ain't never not be at home for these holidays. But she started moving us around like that. And as soon as I graduated high school, because I am the only daughter, she took us to Jamaica. And she was a divorced mother then, and she took us to Jamaica, me and my brothers. And I never even seen it coming. When I say she never even told me, I never even was thinking about it. She just knew I loved Jamaican music and Jamaican food. And I actually turned 18 in Jamaica.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yep, absolutely. So from there, I went to college in Miami, Florida. Well, I went to culinary school, Johnson & Wells to be exact. Okay, alums. And, started dating and everything. And I was like, I want to go back to Jamaica. This country was crazy, but I'm an adult now, so
you can really.
And I got a passport. That was actually my first one. So when I tell people, I'm on my second passport, it's because I got the first one when I was 20.
Gotcha.
So I'm 37 now. Every 10 years, you have to renew your passport. So went to Jamaica, and then the Bahamas was actually living in Miami, Florida is already a vacation.
True.
And then the Bahamas is actually only 5 hours from there.
True.
When you could, for $100 then, this is in 2005, okay? Don't think about that now. You could have went to the Bahamas for the day for $100.
Wow.
So I used to be I'm going to call y'all later because I'm going to the Bahamas and I'll be back later on at night. And it was literally huge. It was huge.
Yeah.
And we would take it over for the day.
Yeah.
The cruise would feed you.
Okay.
It would be a lot of Bahamians actually going back and forth on this actual vessel. And they would feed you, and then you spend 5 hours in the Bahamas, and you got back on the boat. They gave you dinner, and you were back to Miami. Wow. It was amazing because it was just $100. Like, that was very cheap for travel.
Well, that's unheard of now.
It's very unheard of now. So that, just going forward, I started doing a lot of traveling. And then I started living in different cities, of course, being a chef.
Yeah.
Went back home, a few things like that. But it was the highlight of my travel life.
Yeah.
And I had been going different places with my mom. When we're only 19 years apart, in 16 days. I was born on July 1st. She's on July 16th.
Okay.
So when she turned 50, meaning I turned 31st.
Right.
Okay. We had to put my birthday to the back burner, me and my brothers.
Because hers was
because we had to make sure that she had her 50th birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking, and it was the whole weekend. I planned the whole weekend for her. So we had a fish fry on Friday.
Oh, wow.
I mean, my family from California, just everybody came into town that weekend. Then we had a big old barbecue and party on Saturday. And then we also had brunch come Sunday. And me being a chef, of course, that was expected of me, right?
Right.
So I didn't even get dressed for the party the whole weekend. I don't even think
you were working.
I was working.
Yeah.
Literally. To make, it's my mama, so you gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what she did was, when we turned 32 and 52, she took me to Europe for 2 weeks.
Wow.
15 days.
Wow.
Yes.
How was that?
Oh my God, it was the best experience in my life. She took me there. We flew into Spain. So I was in Barcelona, Spain. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in Spain. I'm in Europe. Like, I'm excited, okay? And then we take a Mediterranean cruise, or Norwegian, which is, one of the higher end cruises around the Mediterranean. And what they were doing was they were dropping us off in different countries for a few days, and we're visiting different cities.
For what?
Yes.
Now that's the cruise you want.
That's the cruise you want, because, they dropped us off in Naples, Italy, and then I got to go up the Amalfi Coast and different things like that. I'm hyped because I'm like, oh my gosh, gelato, sorbet. I'm a chef, so it's about the food for me. Right. I'm like, oh, where can I get me some pizza? And I'm thinking I'm about to get a slice. They don't eat slices of pizza in Italy.
They don't?
No. They actually, everybody has their own pizza, and they eat it with forks and knives.
Oh, wow. So where does this, I wonder where.
This is American, and we're sloppy. But they eat them with forks and knives, and everybody literally had their own pizza. You would see people at tables. Nobody was sharing a pizza.
Wow.
They did, and it was probably about 8 to 10 inches, so enough for a plate.
Yeah.
And they were eating, they were eating with forks and knives.
Yeah.
And drinking wine.
Wow.
Excuse me. And it was people outside, selling seafood. The Amalfi Coast is right there, so it's fresh mussels, oysters, clams, and all of that going on. So, we did that. We went to Livorno, Italy. I was in Rome, did all this in a few days. Then, bam, next thing you know, we're in France.
What?
Yeah.
That's a dream.
A dream?
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, Nice, Monaco, Cannes. And in Cannes, it was crazy because we had this breakfast in the morning. And I'm just like looking around like, I'm in Cannes, France. Like, how did I even get here?
Right. That is like a bucket list.
That is a bucket, like, that's rich people bucket list.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's kids over there walking around with, $1,600 sneakers and shoes, like just going to school because
that's normal.
It is very, very wealthy over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they wealthy.
Yes.
Okay. It's different. Okay.
Yeah, there is.
So,
difference.
and I was like, Mom, we're really sitting here. So we stopped at this place called Sun Ice and had breakfast. And she let me order, we ordered everything. So I ordered crepes, we ordered croissants, she ordered her coffee, just all the little stuff that they give you in France and everything like that. And we ate, and I did my little videos and had a ball. And then that's when, I was begging for some designer. Like, come on, Mom, we're over here because everything is 10 times cheaper over there.
That's what I've heard.
Because that's where all the designers come from.
Okay.
So they're not paying we pay. But you got to also remember our money changes when we go over there because American dollars, that's euros is the only money that's above ours.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So every country that you guys go to, even on another continent, no matter where you go, Asia, Africa, anything, the U.S. dollar is dominant except Europe.
Wow.
The euros are more than ours. About a good 8 cents on a dollar.
Okay.
So, for example, if you gave them $100 in American money, gave you back 80 in euros, something like that. So it was a difference because your money has changed.
Yes.
When you went over there, but it was actually not that expensive to be over there, and we got to see where they always shoot the film festival and stuff like that. just being along their beach, the Mediterranean, the water is different.
I was going to say, how was that?
It was gorgeous. I'm not the ocean person, y'all. I know that I travel a lot, but the ocean just is not for me because I got stung like by a jellyfish. Just some different things that had happened to me in the ocean. So I just be feeling like I'm going to go out like Steve Irwin. So I just be trying to save my own life, okay?
Right. I don't blame you. So I can imagine.
And that was dope. And that, like I said, that was a highlight of the trip. Just being around the people.
Yeah.
We didn't deal with any kind of race thing or anything. They were welcoming to us. They were excited. I got to meet like a famous artist like that had his name was Pierre Lamlin.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually in his like store producing his artwork, which started at like 10 bands or more.
Really?
Yeah. And he was there and I got to talk to him and meet him. Mm-hmm. We're still good friends till this day. Because, you know, everybody I meet, I feel like they all say, you know, guys, you got to love yourself. I leave a little something on them because if I give them good energy, they enjoy the energy back.
Yeah.
So I got to do that. And then next thing you know, I'm in Palma de Mallorca, Spain.
Yeah.
I'm in a whole nother part of Spain now after a few days. It was challenging, guys, because that's where we were sold as Black people.
Okay.
And it was interesting because they had the monuments of where they would sell us. They had the chairs.
Are you serious?
I got the videos. They had the chairs down there.
Oh my God.
It's a historical site now, but they were showing us the cells, like the dungeons that they would throw us in if we didn't sell and leave us down there, rain, poop, pee, whatever, blood, whatever was going on. We were left in there. And I just was thinking how far down that was. How many people were piled on each other. It just makes you sad because it's like, dang, even in Spain, because Queen Elizabeth, it's Europe. Yes, they had us as slaves over there as well.
I can only imagine how heavy that was for y'all.
It was. The Bahamian men that were actually on the boat with us, because it wasn't a lot of us.
Yeah.
Because that trip is a little bit expensive. Plus, it's leaving out of Spain, and you get people from all over the world. But the Bahamian brothers that was on there, they were angry because they were like, we built this country on our back. You know what I mean? Like we put all these countries on our back, no matter where we were.
Yeah.
And being forced to work and build by hand, brick by brick. And no money.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So we felt it was very educational. I enjoyed myself, and I'm so grateful to my mom for doing that.
Yeah.
And that was in 2019.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, they started talking about this COVID thing.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait a minute, like what's going on? And then it became like, okay, then it became crazy, then it became crazy, and then it was like, bam, we shut down.
Yeah. And
I'm a chef, so that means the job closed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait a minute, well, what am I going to do to make some money?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, well, people always want to travel. I'm going to do travel and tourism. I have all these different points, all this stuff going on. So I'm like, okay, I had started with a homegirl before just as a brand ambassador. Mm-hmm. So I had learned a little bit, through that. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, this is going to go down. So then I noticed that some of the companies over in Mexico was actually giving away trips for $50.
Really?
Yes, for $50 for 5 days and 4 nights. Not an all-inclusive resort. It's a difference, but just a hotel because they had shut down and they needed the money. And you had 2 years to travel.
Oh,
I did that in 1 day and I got 26 people.
Wow. You're like, oh, we onto something here.
The company was like, hold on.
Yeah.
What did you say you do? What did you, And
How did you do this?
I was like, I don't know. Who doesn't want to go away, for this cheap and different things like that. So, I just started becoming partners with different companies and things like that. And then, as time went on, of course, I started traveling during the pandemic.
Yeah.
When people thought I was crazy because they like, where are you going? You're in Dominican Republic. You're over here. Yeah. Everything shut down. I'm like, yeah, but it's like $500 for 8 days.
You're like, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. If I'm going to, you know what I mean? If we're going to be in the house, I'm going to be somewhere else. Yeah, okay? Because a lot of countries outside of here was not shut down, especially in the Caribbean. Only some of them and not all of them.
Okay.
So that just, made more people say, hey, I want to do this. I want to come with you and different things like that. So I just started putting myself in the front of things and the sociable travels thing came on because me and my best friend were already sociable chef and a sociable wino because she's sommelier, she's into wine and things like that.
Okay.
A good friend of mine, the marketing chicks, Nicole Matthews, she's big here in Houston. Mm-hmm. She does a lot of marketing for businesses.
Yeah.
She's the one that was like, this is the name for you two because that's how y'all present yourself.
Yes,
y'all nice, sociable. Y'all know how to speak and everything. Y'all sociable. And this is why we were in the Essence Festival actually when this went down. And she was like, you can do this. And I was like, maybe so. And I have sociable travels now. Yeah. And it's I love it. I mean, the business is going to be on year 5.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, year 5. Like I tell people, it's a struggle. Don't think that nothing is going to go on in the first year or the second year. That's like actually a lot of learning.
Yeah.
You have to learn a lot. I had to learn a lot. You have mishaps. People miss planes, different things. Planes get canceled. Yeah. So it's good money, but it's a lot of back end work that you have to do.
That to invisible work is real.
It is. No, for real, it is. So, that's kind of where all my travel started. So I got about 20 years of traveling in now.
I love that.
And I've been all over the world, now.
I know.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about, on your social media, there is a video of you, and I don't remember where you went, but you went somewhere and it took you like 30 something hours to get there.
I went to the Maldives.
That's it. Maldives. How was that?
It was challenging.
Yeah.
Because I took a straight flight from Emirates, from Houston on Emirates, which is, the plane is immaculate, you guys. And I was in in the business section.
Yes, of
so
course.
I had like a whole seat, laid back, a recliner chair.
Yeah.
Gave my own TV, Perrier, water, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So 17 hours actually wasn't that bad because that plane is built for long travel.
Okay.
So people can get up and walk around. In the middle of the plane, they have like a pantry of food.
Okay.
Hot towels to keep you up, water, and all times you can drink the whole time you're on the plane. Very comfortable. And they feed you 3 meals a day.
Okay.
You get full 3 meals. And the 3 meals all come with dessert.
Okay.
And liquor.
Yeah, well, that's a win because
so
you need a liquor when you're traveling.
I felt like every time I actually got into sleep really well, here they come, ma'am, what would you like to eat? It was like, damn, I just went to sleep. But let me get up and eat because you had to. And then it was a layover in Dubai.
Okay.
And that was 8 hours. And I honestly needed the break.
Okay.
Because I was on the plane for 17 hours.
Yeah,
and then we had to take the plane from Dubai to Malé. Okay. Which is their country.
Okay.
That was 5 hours.
Okay.
Then I had to take a propeller plane. Because it was either the seaplane, which I took some videos of the seaplane going across the water, which would have took longer.
Okay.
It was a little bit more expensive. I got on a propeller plane, which was a little bit smaller, more like like a modern jet or whatever, and it took us only a half an hour to get me in the middle of the Maldives Ocean. And then I had to take a speedboat for 30 minutes.
Oh, Lord.
I left on Monday nights at like 9 p.m. I got to the Maldives in the seat for my chair Wednesday at 3:30 p.m.
That's crazy. It was an adventure just to get there.
It was an adventure just to get there.
And then you decompress.
And it takes a day. Almost 24 hours. Your body got to catch up.
It does.
You can't even go nowhere. So it was decent because it was an all-inclusive resort. That's what I usually like to go with.
Yeah.
And that trip was like a whole healing journey for me or whatever. And my best friend ended up going because, I had a tragedy or whatever. And it was a healing journey.
Yeah.
And I'm actually glad that I went. It was a lot of wellness over there, yoga. Some of the best water I ever drank in my life because they don't use plastic over there.
Okay.
So they don't don't infest their water with a bunch of things.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, it took me a long time to get
Well, the water was clear.
The water, listen, the water is clear at night.
That's crazy.
You can see to the bottom of the ocean at nighttime.
Wow.
I mean, it was amazing. I'm very salty.
Okay.
So, guys, staying in the overwater bungalow.
Yeah.
Okay.
How's that?
You're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
At this point, all you can do every day is pray.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if a tsunami is coming or
oh, Lord.
You don't know what's going to happen because anything can happen at any time.
Yeah.
But all you could do is do that. I had a water slide and a pool on my balcony, so we didn't even have to leave the room the first day. And I'm glad that I picked that room because room service was free 24 hours. So we just ordered the food to the room
and
then just chilled out and got in the pool and had to go back to sleep until your body. So I didn't even go out on the resort till Friday.
Oh, wow.
Because I had to get myself together.
That's right.
And we didn't know that there was the Ding Resort's 1 year anniversary.
Was it?
Yo, when I say it was off the chain.
Was it?
Yeah, that's how I ended up meeting a famous chef from Great Britain, Chef Tom Brown. And mind you, I'm watching this guy on the TV all the time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people know Gordon Ramsay, but Chef Tom Brown is the top chef, Great Britain. So I'm like, oh my God. And they were like, you two ladies, mind you, we're the only sisters on the resort. Let me point that out.
Okay.
Because, but it's not white, it's Indian. They're Asian.
So
we're in Southeast Asia. So, it's people from Sri Lanka. It's people from all over Mali, from different cultures and tribes work there.
Really?
Yeah. So it was people that didn't have more than 200 people in their island. So it was literally one resort on each island.
Wow.
So it wasn't like it was a plethora of them, excuse me. It was one per island. So therefore, you only dealt with the people in there the whole entire time.
Wow. That's cool, though.
It was. Like I mean, I loved it. I enjoyed it. They were actually happy to see us.
Really?
Yeah, because it was always everybody else coming. They were like, "Oh my God, you guys are from America." Like, yeah, and we're black, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like they were so excited. They were servicing us. It was when they were telling us about how they living. You know me, I like to give to everybody. So I had one of the guys that was helping me a lot. He was only wearing flip flops.
Okay,
and he ended up the day of some event that they were having. He couldn't come, so he had broke his toe. Not broken, but he sprained it.
Okay.
And he had to get off work, and he still was wearing these flip-flops.
Okay.
When I found out that Adidas was only $25 per pair of sneakers, I bought him and the 3 people that was helping us a pair because it was like, they need sneakers. They're walking around in sandals all day.
Bare essentials.
But, the bare essentials that we
take for granted.
They take for granted.
Yeah.
They needed sneakers. And I'm like, $25 per pair? Excuse me. Here's for you, and you.
Yeah.
God, I know you got this. You bless me every time I bless somebody, so I'm not even worried about it.
Right.
I want this man to continue to work because he's like, his tribe is like 200 people and nobody ever left to ever work anywhere.
Yeah.
We had people from Bali working there who had wives and stuff in their country that I became good friends with. So now when I host Bali this October, we got chefs and everything coming. Wow. So I make sure everywhere I go, I become friends with the people.
It's always top notch. I mean, period. First class all the way.
Yeah, and then I went from there straight to Dubai.
See?
And I spent a week in Dubai from there. And that's why I did that flying dress with the camel and everything like that. I was there by myself.
Were you?
I was. I did a solo trip.
Oh, wow. How was that?
It was different. Yeah. But I did that for my honey.
Okay, I got you.
That was his dream vacation. Mine was Maldives. His was Dubai. And it was cheaper to actually go to both countries while we were already over there.
That makes sense.
So, it was something we were supposed to do together.
So beautiful.
That's why my best friend came with me because she filled in. But she actually was in a wedding in Mexico. So it was kind of decent. We were in the Maldives. Yeah. She left me to go to Mexico. Yeah. And I went on to Dubai to spend time in Dubai for the week.
Wow.
And I spread
a week in Dubai.
Oh, man. Y'all, I thought I was rich. I was standing outside the prince's house I'll garb up whatever you need me to do.
Right?
Okay? Because the cops had Lamborghinis, Bugattis. This is the cars over there.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's straight luxury in Dubai. I mean, everything was top.
I am so here for that.
It's if you ever can get there, guys, go just to feel it.
Yeah.
When you see better, you do better.
Absolutely. Is there any place you haven't been?
Yeah, I haven't. So it is some places I haven't been. I just made it to the Netherlands.
Okay.
I just came from Curacao.
Okay.
So that's part of the ABC Islands, which is like Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And then everything over there. So that's actually the Black Dutch Caribbean. Really? So they're actually black. But they're Dutch.
Really?
Yes. And I loved it. And I had asked them, how do you identify yourself? Yeah. And they was like, we black. Like, what you mean? I was like, okay. But they had their own language. It's called Papamento or something like that.
Okay.
And they actually speak 4 languages.
Really?
So they speak Spanish fluently, Dutch, their language, and English.
Really?
Yes. They're so smart.
I love that.
And it's not a third world country.
Okay.
Because they have import and export. And if anybody's trying to figure out what I'm talking about, if you've been on a cruise, it's in Williamstead, Curacao, because that's their main city. Okay. So if some people will be like, what is Curacao? Yeah. Williamstead. That's where you go, where you see those colorful buildings.
Yes,
where everything is like those beautiful colors.
Yeah.
Everything is about the black culture there.
Really?
Yes.
It's like a hidden
It is very
gem.
hidden. And that's what they said. They don't want 1 million Americans and stuff coming up to start and visit them because they feel like when we start coming, the generations have changed.
Okay.
So the newer kids are a little disrespectful and everybody's with content and everything and they don't really respect where they're at.
Okay.
And they just didn't want it to start getting oversaturated.
I understand that.
They still
don't
do the plastic bottles, different things like I was saying too. They're one of those countries that, everything is very clean and neat. They're not third world country.
Yeah.
Like Jamaica, or Mexico or Dominican and stuff like that. The countries that we love to go to from this side.
Yes.
So nobody's coming up to you begging you for anything. No kids are asking you nothing. It's very Caribbean, like St. Croix and St. Thomas.
Okay.
So you better not walk up to that stranger and say a thing or you're going to get that switch up on you. So when we were on the ATVs, we got to ride through the neighborhoods.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, they were tired of me because I was letting everybody know. I was like, I'm from America. Like, I was letting everybody know. I was waving at all the people on the porch, the older people that was outside, like, just sitting there. And I'm like, because they grandmothers, their grandfathers.
Yeah.
It's a respect thing. So I'm like, hey, guys, I'm from America, and people were like, welcome. We're happy you here. Like, I hope you enjoy yourself and everything like that. I mean, the people are beautiful.
Looking like, I remember her. She was speaking to everybody.
Everybody. So, they... it was a beautiful country, so that's part of the Netherlands, which has got a lot of black people too. So I haven't hit that side.
No idea.
Yep, no, that's what I'm saying.
No idea.
This is why travel is life. Anguilla is another country that a lot of people don't know or talk about it. They're just starting to show it. Wow. So it's a lot of territory that a lot of people haven't covered. Seychelles and St. Lucia and different things like that. So it's just everybody travels different.
Yes,
some people like the eco-friendly. That's not me.
Okay.
So you're not catching me running to Costa Rica and Panama. I mean, I've been to Panama, but I'm not running to these countries because I don't want to be the monkey. I don't want the monkey to jump on me.
Right.
I don't want, some people actually enjoy that kind of thing. I don't. Okay? So let's keep it Caribbean, and cultured, and we love food, and that's what Sociable Travels is about. Food, culture, and life, the way they live and things like that. We like to do stuff. The full experience. We love to do things like that. We don't never stay on the resort. I bring people out into the country because some people, when they travel, they get scared because they look at everything on the news. But my thing is, you going out the house every day in America, you better hope somebody not shooting you at your front door.
And there's that. Exactly. Well, I love that.
Thank you.
Girl.
I appreciate that.
That's amazing.
I love travel.
Let's talk about your chef life. Chef Diva. Woo. Okay, let's get the chef hat on. So I have experienced your cuisine. And the first time I experienced your cuisine was at an event for an organization we were both a part of.
Okay, yes.
Which I remember. And then I remember you for your pineapple.
The stuffed pineapple.
The stuffed pineapple. Yes.
Yeah, that's big where I'm from. My crab fries is like the I think what blew me up in the Philadelphia area.
You crab fries?
My crab fries.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's
Did you make? Have you made that here?
No, nope,
I was gonna say I haven't. I don't recall
because they have to be fresh and hot.
Gotcha.
So I never really did them here. It has to be something that has to be done.
Sounds amazing.
Because the fries got to be hot.
Yeah.
I got to whip that cheese sauce and that lump crab meat all together, and they got to go over those fries specifically like that. It's not something that can sit. Yeah. Because the sauce, just depending on how I felt that day, it could or could not break.
Yeah.
So let's just keep it where I'm cooking it to order and putting it over the fries. But it's a delicacy to us in Philadelphia.
It sounds amazing. I understand why.
Yeah, they love it. I think I blew up in my kitchen. I had a kitchen with my partner, Mas, and it was called Three Amigos Kitchen.
Okay.
And I haven't worked in the industry for years. And he was like, I feel like if you came to work with me, we would do very well. And we did very well. We were in South Philly. And we came up with, he had this salmon burger idea, and, I had my crab fries, and that was like the number one platter for a while for us, where, a fresh piece of salmon on the bun, we made this lemon dill sauce from scratch. That was my thing. So it was like, I came with everything from scratch because I'm Johnson & Wells. I'm coming from the Ritz-Carlton. I'm coming from these high-end places. And then, he learned how to cook as a second chance, as a felon. So he knows the speed. He knows what he wants to do. But it was me having these sauces made from scratch and feeding them to people in the neighborhood when, in Philly, we have certain ways of eating just like y'all do here in Texas.
Yeah.
Y'all love Mexican, you love barbecue, you love Cajun. You come where we are, you're going to get Chinese food, you're going to get Italian food, you're going to get Jamaican food.
Okay.
So when we're having bar food, because that's what it's considered, they look for who got the best bar food coming out in the South Philly area. Basically during that time, which was like 2013 to the top, to like, it was about a year and a half we had the kitchen. So 2013, 2014 era, whole 2014, we were in that kitchen, and I was making way. The news was coming down.
Yeah.
I'm on everybody's podcast. I'm going in and going out. Then I'm cooking for people because, they're like, oh, this chef food is good, because she's coming back from Miami of 7 years, and she's bringing us this food that's nobody else is out here cooking.
But it's so good.
My stuffed shrimp with my lime butter. I've been doing that since 2013. And I see a lot of chefs doing a lot of food that I know that I've started years ago. But the thing is, with chefs nowadays have to know that you're never the originator. Okay. You're just doing it the way you like to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not the first person that ever made no stuffed shrimp.
Yeah.
I might be the first person that bought the stuffed shrimp, like with the crab meat on top of the shrimp wide open for the people in my area to taste, but I ain't the first person that ever made no stuffed shrimp. I'm not the first person that ever made a stuffed pineapple.
Yeah.
The crab fries actually came from Chicky and Pete's, which is a location, but they only had like fries with Old Bay on it and dipping cheese, which is canned cheese.
Okay.
Then there was another chef that started, and he started using the lump meat, but he was using yellow canned cheese. And I'm thinking to myself, this is blasphemy.
Yeah.
You're putting fresh lump crab meat with canned cheese?
Yeah. What?
No, it don't work like that. Told my business partner, let me show you how to do something real quick. That's when DIVA's 5 cheese sauce came.
Okay.
Heavy cream, my cheese, smoked Gouda, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I started adding the lump crab meat, cooking it so it can be warm. Who wants cold crab meat?
Nobody.
On there. It just doesn't work that way.
No.
So, and I was laying it on there. People started talking about them, like, yo, she got these fries down there. It's these crab fries.
Yeah.
People in South Philly started talking about it. Then and then it was people coming down, like, and then the salmon burger got added to it.
Really?
And they just was like, wait a minute, this meal is where it's at. And that was probably our most profit, was our salmon burger and crab fries. Like, that was the biggest thing.
That sounds amazing. I don't know if it's because I'm hungry, but I love salmon.
It could be.
I love crab.
It could be.
I love fries. Listen.
And one thing about business, guys, when you're running a kitchen, you have to know it will be different highlights. And that's where another reason why, it's good to be educated in this, because when the summertime came, I'm in Philadelphia, which is a Muslim country. It was a Muslim, city.
Okay.
So when Ramadan happened, liquor is not it. And I was working inside of a bar. Okay. They didn't even want food they couldn't even step in the bar during Ramadan to get the food. So our business was going down. So we never had lunch. So we like, what are we going to do? Yeah. Because nobody's ever, most of the city Muslim. Even my business partner was Muslim. He couldn't even come in certain days, but he had to, we had to work, so he had to come in.
Sure.
But I had to take over a lot during Ramadan for him. And I said, yo, we're going to have to, he's like, I don't know what we're going to do. I said, we're going to start lunch.
Yeah.
We pay for this kitchen. They open up at 12 o'clock. We're going to start making lunch, and we need to go. And we made flyers and took them around to every barbershop in the area and hair salon, laundry mat that was open during the day. We came up with $10 meals, rice and stuff with cheese. So it's rice, broccoli, and salmon. Yeah. You could add shrimp to it for extra, crab meat to it for extra. I had burgers, different. I was making them from scratch, building with turkey bacon and stuff like that. And lunch became popular. Okay. And then also we put a sign outside to say, hey, we're open if you are, Muslim, because after they fast all day until the sun went down, they were hungry later. It was like, hey, we will bring your food out to you.
Oh, wow.
You have to be innovative, but you have to know the business to do that. Yeah. I was already in the business I've been in the business for 19 years now. I was already in the industry for a good 10 years by then.
Okay, so you already were
So
savvy.
I knew. I've seen different things. I opened up different restaurants by then. Yeah. I have worked in, different places, so I knew. Only way we're going to survive is if we come in earlier and sell something lunch price, a little cheaper. We had the hospital up on Broad Street, and the ladies, that's how the news ended up coming down, because they were working during the day. Yeah. I knew one of the producers. He came down there and they ate the food on there right then and there. And then that's when it just started becoming, more and more.
Wow. I love that because, I mean, you do have to be innovative. You have to be creative.
Yes, you do. So I'm glad that I knew because he didn't know. See what I'm saying? But it's because I was educated and I worked in so many different places that I seen what happens when we got slow in the summer. Chefs had to come up with specials and different menus to keep the money coming in the door or we wouldn't have no business anymore.
Yeah. Wow. Well, aside from your professional side of being Chef Diva, let's talk about the celebrities that you've worked with.
Yeah, a lot.
I know. I want to say my favorite, but it's all about Jill for me.
Yes, Jill's the bomb. The thing is that what's sad with her was the way the catering job was supposed to go, it didn't go the best. Okay. But it was stuffed pineapples that they ended up getting. So it was her 20th year anniversary tour. Yeah. And it was in Houston. Okay. And she wanted, the person I was dating at the time, his brother is her, in the management team. Okay. So he's been working for her for years. You know, we all from Philly too. Yeah. So, you know, Jillie's from Philly, you know, Philly baby. So, she wanted a chef. You know, if they had any chefs from Philadelphia and Houston, that's what she wanted. And that's what she preferred. She started the 20th year tour for Who is Jill Scott? And literally the Houston show was the last show before the tour stopped because that's when that pandemic hit. Okay. And the reason we couldn't do the big catering in the back is because people were allowed to be near each other, but it was becoming an issue with, you know, it was mass a little bit, but not crazy. Yeah. And it was like, okay, we can't feed all these people because we can't have all these people come back here. So it was like, okay, well, we just need 10 pineapples.
The social distancing has started.
Yep. So she was like, we just need 10 pineapples. He was like, bring them down. Y'all come park behind the truck. Let's get them on the truck. Yeah. She left you a bottle of Honey Jack because she had just came from Tennessee. Okay, so she left me some Tennessee whiskey.
That was nice.
Yeah, yep. And it was so funny because, you know, I'm a super fan as well. Yeah. They know, like, Jill is my girl. I love her. Yeah. Okay, and I feel like people that I'm overly crazy about, God don't let me stand in front of them.
Really?
Nope.
Huh.
He doesn't. And I don't know what it is. Yeah. But no, so I kept missing her. Yeah. She knew who I was, but I kept missing her. Like, I'm on the bus, she had already went in. So I had to leave the food. So they had the, you know, the salmon, the chicken, the beef, they got to order whatever they want. She left me the bottle. Then it was time for me to come in to see the show. Yeah. Because we're, you know, up in front row. Yes. Mind you, sequins is my mother's favorite. Yes. As Jill was wearing sequins, I had a whole one-piece sequins on. Yeah. I was up the whole concert.
I bet you were. I mean, how could you not?
Singing every song.
How could you not?
And when she sung Honey Molasses, I think I like almost passed out because that's one of my favorite songs by her. And it was just so funny because afterwards, you know, got to see her and everything. You know, she said thank you because, you know, they have to keep it moving. She was on a tour. Sure. She didn't know that it was going to be shut down from that. It literally, like the next morning, it was like, hey, the world is done. Like, no more outings. We're not doing this. Like, tours were getting shut down, flights, everything. And it was March 8th. I'm never going to forget that because it was like a big day for me. And when he called me the next day, when you know, his brother called or whatever to let me know, you know, how everything went. Yeah. It was so funny because all she talked about was when I was in the audience.
Really?
Yes. And she calls me the pineapple lady still to this day. Oh, you talking about the pineapple chef? Because they was like, because she didn't know that was me in the audience with the sequins dress. So she's telling them, did you see that girl that had the sequins on?
Little did she know.
Was so decent. Like, she was, you know, happy. She was singing all my songs. They was like, yeah, that was the chef. And she was like, that was the chef. Like, and it was like, that was the pineapple girl. Like, you know, so it was exciting. Got to talk to, and then I went to her, a birthday party that she had, like, in Philly, and got to be in the same room, you know, with decent, you know, different people. The person I was dating at the time or whatever, you know, he was in the mix, all that, because he was in music and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool, you know.
I love that.
Yeah, she actually, they never let me, because I would tell them, like, you know, I would call them and start singing.
Yeah, I bet.
And different stuff like that. And they was like, man, we're not putting you in front of her. But they didn't know that, like, when I get in front of people, I'm actually really cool. Yeah. I just would tease them. Sure. Like, just letting them know, like, Jill is all that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I know all the songs. Right. So if I got to bust it out, I'm busting it out, you know, so.
You're like, I'm not auditioning.
Yeah, I'm not auditioning.
I'm a super
fan. Would just let her know. Yeah. I know this music,
exactly.
You know, so yeah, no, so that was actually a pretty decent time to be with her. It was different people that I actually got to sit with, be with, and be around
Yeah.
and things like that because I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was just there to make me
You
some
just
money.
being yourself too.
Yeah, and then there to make me some money.
Sure.
The celebrity chef thing started when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 37 now.
Oh, okay.
Girl,
you've been in this game.
Yeah, a guy from The Wire, a friend of mine from The Wire, Jojo Capone. I've been like his chef for over 10 or 12 years. He's out of Chicago. He does a lot of stuff. He has his entertainment company.
Yeah.
And he had what is that Birdman and that group or whatever. Cash Money.
Yeah.
Lord, y'all got signed to that. So many different people got signed to them. So he was using me, a lot and things like that. But he has like his whole global gangsters thing. He's one of my like people that been around forever.
Yeah.
Petey Crack, that's one of like my really, really good friends. He's from Philly. He's an artist.
Yeah.
A big artist. He used to be on everybody's hook back in the day, writing everybody's music. So him and Freeway are actually coming back out now. And see, those were my celebrities in, for me, in Philadelphia was like Free and Petey, and a couple talk hosts, and different things like that. So they were actually kind of push me into rooms with people for me to meet more people. And then
it was all about networking.
Yeah, and then my friend JT, the Source, he used to write for like Mariah Carey.
Okay.
And Raven Simone.
Okay.
And different things like that. And he pushed in Miami. He's actually the person that gave me Chef Diva, the name. And I wrote that in my book. And he knows, him and his wife and his family, they're lovely and I love them. And he actually gave me the Chef Diva name because nobody believed that I was a chef from how I dressed when I came out.
Yeah, it's very fitting for sure.
Thank you. I get it from my mama.
Y'all are twins for sure.
So that was a lot of different people. In my book, because I do have a book.
Yes, you do. She does. She has a book. Tell us about the book.
It's just a biography about me becoming a chef. It's called The Grind to Glamour. So basically, how I grinded to get where I am now. Actually, I probably can write another one on what has happened in my life in the past, 5 years or something like that. But it was just basically telling how I became who I was and not giving up. And then talking about, some family traumas. And a lot of us deal with that.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't talk about it.
True.
A lot of people, and I thank God every day that this wasn't a part of my family, sexual abuse.
Okay. Yeah.
We didn't have that. The men protected us in our family.
Yeah.
My grandma was like a drill sergeant. You couldn't even sit on men's laps.
Yeah.
Okay. It was either my grandfather or my father. And that was the only people I was allowed to sit in their corner. Everybody else, it was on the knee. And a lot of people need to start preaching that to their young daughters and stuff like that. Men should, if that's not the father or the grandfather,
it's a no.
You definitely shouldn't. Nobody should be picking up your daughter and your son. People are different. I don't know what older generation went through, but my grandmother was overly protective of us, especially us granddaughters.
Yeah.
And I'm the first granddaughter in the family on both sides of my family.
She didn't play. I know that's right.
She didn't play. So that I just talked about growing up on two sides of the track, with my mom's side and my dad's side, and just different things that I went through, how I reacted to different things in life.
Yeah.
Me being overly spoiled, where it's not my fault. I was the only grandchild for 10 years. I'm my dad's only child.
Yeah.
I do have my siblings. He's married, my bonus mom or whatever. They've been together for about 15 years. So, I have my siblings from them. But I'm saying, physically, biologically, it's me, just me. So it was like here, and then when it was like taken away from me, I got mad. I didn't know how to handle it.
Sure.
So, I was spiteful. I was mean.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to people. I was like mad at my dad, like, oh, you're picking people over me. Like it was a lot. And it was just like, hold on, you can't be like that because you're an adult. Look, he got you to where you were. It was for my uncle, constantly telling me, don't nobody owe you nothing.
Well,
you need to get that together. You doing well. Do what you're supposed to do. They got you where you were supposed to go.
Yeah.
You're fine. Take it from there.
Yeah.
And that was probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I took it from there. And I think I took it very well.
I agree, 100%.
Okay, because I do a lot of things now.
You really do.
Yeah.
So how did you get to Houston?
I got to Houston, so my cousins were already down here. So two of my cousins, my cousin, she actually was in college and met somebody while she was there and ended up getting with him, and they had a baby, so she was living here. Then my other cousin, she had got out of college, started working for a company, and she ended up here. Mind you, I was in Miami at the time, and then I came back home, so it was time to come visit.
Yeah.
I had moved back from Florida, and I was like, what is going on? Because I became an adult in Florida. As soon as I graduated high school,
you were out.
I went straight to Miami to go to college, and I was there for years, and I'm just like, what is going on? I don't like it up here. I never became an adult up here. I don't like how the people act, no offense. I'm from the city, but it's just like, it was just a lot of negativity, and I was just coming from the southern states. And it was like, people don't even people are not acting like this. I'm around Caribbean people. I'm in Miami. It's tropical. People happy all the time.
All the time.
So I'm like, what is going on? Why are these people always angry like this? You know? And I was just like, dang, I used to be this way. I said, you can't be this way. So when I got back, and it was time for my cousin, was her birthday weekend. We're both Cancer. So, we went down there, and my cousin DIVA got split hotel, and we're like, okay, let's go to Houston.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, shoot. Well, first of all, I'm thinking, like, why are we going to Texas? They lynch it down there.
Well,
I'm sorry, y'all, but that's in the north.
That's the thought.
That's how the thoughts are, because that's all they talked about. And then James Byrd had happened in Jasper. Okay. And I think I was like 12 or 13 when that happened.
Yeah.
And thank God they killed those. They executed those men last year that actually killed him, or a year before, which I'm grateful for that.
Me too.
But it was scary, because I was like, what is going on? Like, you heard about the slavery, but we weren't seeing it up there like that. And then for them to, what they did, like to decapitate him, and I'm like, what does that mean? His head came off?
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, I'm reading the autobiography of Mamie Till, Emmett Till's mother, telling the truth about what really happened. He didn't even whistle at that lady. He was whistling at the chess game. Yeah. People failed to know these things. Yeah. And she lied to her husband, saying that he winked and grabbed her. She said that in the courtroom. She lied on that baby. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And I was like, what is going on down south?
You're like, why would I go there?
Where are we doing here? I don't know if I want to go this way, Yeah. And that's, so they were like, no, it's not like that. It's different or whatever. I had cooked for Chameleonaire before. Okay. This was years ago. This is why I'm in Miami. So I'm just thinking, like, well, maybe I could go. Yeah. I'm like in Paul Wall and them. I'm like, okay, Houston on the map. Like, let's go. Yeah. Went down there, and I was like, oh my, like, this city is lit. Mind you, this is in 2013, so this not the way the new Houston looked. No, right. None of this stuff was built then. It was really wide open space. And all I could think about is that I was back in Florida. Yeah. I didn't know nobody. It's flat. Everybody's from the South with their cars, banging music to the top of whatever. Yep. We're out in the middle of the street dancing to Young Jock. I know you see it. Yeah. And I'm dancing and I'm hyping. Ain't nobody saying nothing. People coming out their house, they dancing and gyrating. I said, oh, baby, I got to move down here. Yeah. Because I get to be who I like to be and who I want to be, and I don't know nobody. So when you don't know nobody, you hustle different. Yeah. When you're in a city where you come from, you're so worried about what everybody has to say, what everybody's thinking. Oh my God, if they see me work at this job, they're going to talk about me. They're going to do this. When you go into a city you don't know, you don't care. You trying to pay these bills so you don't be out on the street. Yeah. You know, and I was down here, and we had a house and everything, and Hurricane Harvey came, and so we got pushed out. I went back, and when I went back home, it was like in 2017, and I was devastated. And something in my heart, God kept saying, this is not what is meant for you. Yeah. I kept feeling like I'm missing something in Houston. Like, I'm like, this city is about to be the best city in the world. Yeah. I don't need to leave it while it's thriving, because then if I go later on while it's already there, I'm not going to be able to get where I'm at. Yeah. I applied for the Children's Hospital. Don't know how I got it, but I got it. Thank you, God. Yeah. And it was only 3 months there. They asked, were you willing to travel in the job if they didn't have a permanent spot for you? And I was like, yeah. And when they came to me that 90-day probation thing, I had 3 cities to choose from. It was Dallas, Houston, and I think it was, I don't know if it was North Carolina or Florida. I think it was Orlando. It was one, they were all major cities. Okay. And I was like, as soon as I seen Houston, I said, I'm out of here. Yeah. And I was back in Houston by June 2018.
I love it.
And I ain't going nowhere. Okay.
I visit, maybe.
I visit, okay, because I love me some Texas. Yeah. I love the people here. Yeah. You guys are so different and so supportive, especially when it comes to blacks. It reminds me of Atlanta a lot. Yeah. They love to support each other. Yeah. Like, that's what they do. Yeah. It's like, if if I feed you and you grow, that means I continue to grow because you're going to tell more people about me, and then more people are going to need me. And I could, and that's how it is being here in Houston. All the Black people are loving each other. I'm not from Houston, so I don't have issues with nobody.
Right.
I don't know nobody. So I don't know about the cliques and different things like that because everybody cliques loves me because I cook.
Well, I was going to say, when I met you, you didn't give that. You didn't give cliquey. You didn't give weird. You were just so open and cool and funny and just a big ball of positive energy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because my grandmother, being, like I said, it's 26 of us grandchildren. I'm the first grandchild. It's all these different personalities that I had to change, butts and deal with and hair and everything. You have to know that you have to deal with everybody individually.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say about anybody. Let me meet that person and talk to them. Your issues with them is not my issues with them.
That's true.
So I'm very transparent. If just because you don't deal with them, don't mean I don't have to deal with them. That's not... It's not my issue on what other people have going on. My relationship is with the individual. If the individual ain't bothering me, I ain't bothering you.
I agree.
If you never did anything to me, then I have nothing to do with anything because all y'all is successful, okay? Because this right here, this is success, okay? And she 50.
52, actually.
Oh, my God. See what I'm saying? And I'm 30. I mean, look. Fine as heck. I always tell Miss J she fine. But I'm just saying, these women, and then they see me as a young woman coming up, maybe doing things that they weren't able to do at this age. And they're making me grow more.
Yeah. That's what it's
so
about.
Why do I want to be away from women that's wanting me to be better? To go back to people that don't even want me to sell a platter.
Yeah. Definitely want to see you thrive. Want to see you just keep leveling up.
Yes, and it ain't easy. People be thinking, oh, you got it going on. No, I don't. I just don't tell you what's going on.
Right. You like that invisible work again.
Yeah.
You see the production.
That's it.
But you don't know what went on behind the scenes.
They don't know. They don't know. I don't even know how sometimes I'm standing here.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm with you.
It's
but
not.
Still standing there.
I am, and I'm going to always stand because when you, God, you're going to be mad at him. You ain't going to want to talk to him.
Yeah.
You ain't going to want to deal with him. Because he's going to do all kinds of things. It's death. It's trauma. It's situations. It's your dang, I don't know, stove done went out right when you knew you needed to do something else. You're going to go through that. But then you be like, well, dang, at the end, he always get the victory. Because when he bring you out of it, you like, woo, thank you, Jesus. You ain't, you didn't leave me nor forsake me. So then as you're getting older, me as I'm getting older and like dealing through life, it's like, all right, no matter the storms now, they gonna come.
Oh,
it don't matter. They're going to come. You're not saved from one because Jesus wasn't saved from no storm.
No.
So you're not going to be, but it's how you gonna come out the storm.
Exactly.
Are you gonna let it take over you? Or are you going to get through it, fight through it, cry, scream, do whatever you need to do. Listen to meditation, listen to gospel music, do whatever you need to do. And then now, let's get back to the forefront.
Get back to it. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are shocked that I'm here.
Well, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I understand how I would understand if you couldn't. But I'm just so proud of you that you didn't.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you. Yep.
Because you had every reason.
Yep.
To stop, but you didn't.
Yep. Because that man ain't never wanted me to stop. He always pushed me to go further.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And you have a responsibility.
Yeah. I do.
Keep going, and you don't realize how many people you actually touch on the way.
And I don't know.
Your purpose is
it's some people doing
bigger than you know.
Bigger than me will say to me, you inspire me.
Yeah.
And I be like, me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what you doing to get, and they're like, no, it's you the reason why I'm doing this. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
And it shocks me.
Because you just living every day. You don't even realize what you're doing, and people that are watching like me who are inspired by you, that see you thriving, even at I'm saying a young age. I hate to go into age, but you are young. You're young.
And I'm thinking I'm old. Like, I'm like, I be loving to tell somebody, excuse me, I'm 37. Don't, excuse me? Because the young people, they think I'm their age.
Well, right.
When I go out. And, and I be like, I'm 37.
You're like, I'm grown.
I'm grown. Thank you. A little bit. I'm grown. I'm not like you think I'm young, but I'm really not. So no, I push that age in front of people. And people be looking at me like, you're a baby.
Right.
And I be like, because, being in the industry for so long and being in certain, doing what I've been doing, I be tired.
Yeah, well, you're busy and you're moving and you constantly have so many things going on all the time. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
I'm tired.
but you wear it so well and you have such a beautiful purpose and you don't even realize how much greater than you even know it is.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
This is just the beginning for you.
And that's what I'm like scared of because it's like,
as you should be.
It's more?
As you should be.
You know, it's more for me to do.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, when you're being an entrepreneur and you're throwing, because, you know, I'm throwing everything in the loop. You know, I got the book, I cater, I have to travel. Now I'm doing taxes. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, on a team or whatever. No limit tax, guys. Don't forget us, okay? So it's like, when I'm doing these things, and I got a big sister that actually, she is a hustler, you know, 100%, you know, and her family, they don't come from much. You know, they grew up in the CUNY homes, you know, 6 people, you know, 6 to 8 people in one home.
Yeah.
All of them got something going on.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize how great they are half the time.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about half of their stuff on Facebook, but they all living in big cribs, doing very well, married. That's a big thing when everybody's married.
Yeah.
Every single sibling has a husband.
Wow.
And their brother has a wife. And it's a beautiful thing because now they're raising these children to see this as Black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
huge.
And it is huge. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And some people, it's the simple things like that you don't know that make you rich.
Oh, yeah.
You know, being able to have your own family.
Yeah.
You know, in your own home and leave legacies behind.
Yeah.
So, you know, they adopted me in. You know, I love my vitals. You know, they know they use me for everything. I do a lot of things with each of them individually. And that's what I talk about, that individual thing. They are all unique in their own way. Yeah. And I literally deal with each of them in my own way individually.
I love that.
And it's nice because when we're all in the room together, they're all happy to see me at once. Yeah. And it makes me feel good because they really helped me out a lot. Being that Chris grew up with them. So it was like, they're like family. They knew what was cooking for me. Yeah. So they're like, no, we have to love her. We have to gain and cover me. And that's what they did. And I'm grateful. That's why I said, I ain't leaving Texas. I got too much covering here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, people have to stop living in people's past and start seeing them for who they are now. And stop, like, family members love to stay in the past.
Yeah, they do.
Like, hey, hello.
Yeah.
Don't you know life has changed?
Yeah.
I'm a new person, but you'll never know that because you don't get a chance. You don't take time to talk to me to see who I am. You're still thinking I'm the person.
And so you're missing it.
Yeah, it's 20 years ago. And you're really missing out on a decent young lady that has overcome so much. And I just want to love. And I just want to give. Like, I want a family compound. Like, I want to put everybody in houses in my family. And you know, and that's my goal, to put everybody in the house. And we all live in this cul-de-sac and have to share food. And we have to see each other all the time. You know, it's just, and love on each other because it's needed.
It is.
You know, so that's how my journey. People don't know. They don't know. I feed homeless people every day. Yeah. You know, I know it's people under the bridge, not far from where I am, when I'm done cooking. And then I know that I'll eat a leftover maybe one day. Yeah. Then I know I'm packing it up. And that's what I tell y'all. Y'all got cereal, leftover chips. You know, that bread that you know you ain't gonna eat no more bread. Yeah. Stop throwing it in the trash. Yeah. Take that bag, put it together, give them a couple bottles of water, and take it to the people under the bridge. Yeah. Because you don't know when the last time they ate.
That's true.
And feeding people is what makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because that brings joy. My grandmother, feeding people brings love. And that's, and like they say, that's the way to a man's stomach. It's the way to everybody. Heart is through a stomach. That's everybody. It ain't just men.
Exactly.
Everybody. If you can feed them and they feel good about it, it's a different kind of love that goes in food.
That's so true.
That's because that's what Jesus did, right? He fed them with a loaf of bread and two fish. And he fed millions.
Yes, he
fed
did.
Millions.
Yes, he did.
He fed you. He didn't give you money. He didn't do anything. He gave you food to nourish you so you can be able to work and get your own fish and bread.
That's right.
Okay? Man who don't work, don't eat. That go for you women too.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Jesus.
Facts on facts.
Okay?
That is so true. I have really enjoyed this conversation.
I enjoyed you.
I love you so much.
I love you a lot too.
Sister. You are. Let the viewers know how they can find you, Chef Diva.
Okay, so we do, I suck at Instagram, guys, but I have 3 of them. We have The divas, we have, if my friends get on me all the time, I actually have a little team now. Okay. So that's making me happy. They're helping me out. So I have Divas Gourmet Budget. That's, more cooking. We have the Sociable Chef that kind of shows a little bit of the travel world. And then we have Sociable Travels. That's a newer Instagram, which they're trying to make me put more travel things on it. Sure. But Divas Gourmet Budget. Then on Facebook, we have Chef Diva. On there, we have that page. And then we have Sociable Travels discount and tips group as well. I'm not on Twitter or anything. Oh, I'm on TikTok. TikTok. Yeah, don't ask. Okay, guys, really, don't ask. My honey, he actually, and I'm single. Okay, just you forgot to ask me. Okay. I don't got no husband or no kids. I'm just saying. I'm letting. There's a lot of brothers up here.
But you have to meet a requirement.
Yeah, and
not just everybody and anybody.
Not any and everybody. Exactly. But I was saying that TikTok is actually created by Chris. Okay. Because my fiance that passed away, and it's been over 2 years, so we're doing good, right? Mm-hmm. He had created the page. I didn't even know it was there. Okay. Until he passed. Wow. He was having me do stuff on it. Yeah. But I didn't realize how he actually built the page up. So it's like 5,000 people follow me that I didn't even know had gotten there. And I was not interacting on it for a very long time. And when I came back, people were like, where you guys been? And that's when I had told them what happened, because it took me a while. Yeah. So actually, I'm now sharing my journey. I love it. On TikTok. That's good. About what I was doing, and they love it. They are so excited to see me in the Maldives, in Dubai, and I just have so much trips to put out there for them, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just sharing the journey of what life's been like, since everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're doing it, and you don't even realize how many people you're influencing, or people that you're, that you just never know who you're touching in that moment. And the fact that you are moving forward, even after losing Chris, that that you just never know who you're touching.
And I appreciate it, because I was quiet about it.
Well, under the circumstances, I can understand.
Yeah. And I didn't know if now I would be, because I don't want people to be feeling like, you're looking for sympathy. But then I'm like, no, because when I'm in my therapy and in the groups and stuff with different women, I actually have not, a little easier. Some people couldn't even have funerals for their husbands because they might have, been in a bad accident or, different things like that. I don't like to bring negativity into it, but I'm just saying they have been through things where they couldn't have it, because their face might have been off or something like that, where they couldn't have an open casket. Yeah. I was able to have a full body experience for everybody. Everybody was laughing, but I was singing to my baby because they didn't know I was playing in a wedding. Yeah. We had our dance songs already. Yeah. So I know I can't sing, but I sung to that man because he used to like me to sing, even though he would say, keep it in the house. Don't sing outside, but sing in here. So, that was my moment. That was for us, because it was something I knew that I would never be able to, see him again. Yeah. So, I just want people to know that, it will pass. Yeah. And you will, if you don't let it take over you. Yeah. Please get help. Get therapy. I know a lot of Black people, they sometimes be against that, but nowadays we're telling people to get therapy.
Oh, it's necessary.
It's necessary. I know they tell us to go to church. Yes, go, but you need to get a therapist. Yeah, you do. You need to get somebody that you don't know so you can express yourself, and they can help you get through that.
You need somebody to walk with you through and protect those layers. It's
absolutely. Yeah. Lord, if I didn't have my lady, I don't know where I would have been. Just her making me do things like get in touch with my chakra, walk on the ground without socks on outside to get grounded, hugging trees. That really do pull negative energy out your body.
I believe it.
If you actually sit on a tree and hug it, you feel like your energy shifting. Wow. So I do it a lot. I go sit my back on there. Yeah. And I sit there for like 5 minutes. And it's like all this stuff comes up off me. Feel it. And then I say and pray to God, not just the universe, but I talk to the Lord, and then I go on about my day. Yeah. So hug trees, guys. It's for real.
And see, that's why you're so good, because you are doing the work to bring your healing forward. Yes. And it's a journey.
It's a journey. Woo.
But you're doing it. Yeah. I see it. It's all over you. Mm-hmm. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm so proud of you.
It's a lot. So, definitely heal. And that's why I haven't dated anybody. Yeah. Is why? Because I'm not going to be in love with you. I'm in love with this person. Yeah. Now I feel better.
You've given yourself.
I've given myself. I went to meditation. I go to different places, and now I gave myself a chance. And now I'm like, okay, You know, I'm a woman. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for a man to take me out. I'm ready to go on some dates. I'm ready to have fun. I'm ready to be loved again.
You deserve
because
it.
my life isn't over.
Right.
I still want to get married. I still want to have children. I still would love that because in the Bible, it talks, you know, we need to be one.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to be one with somebody because I'm only going to get so far by myself.
Yeah.
And I went to, and I, you know, I know our time is running, but I went to a Kim concert. I just recently went to go see Kim. And I went home to go see him. And he sat there and talked about his life before his wife and children. And I felt like he was talking to the brothers, but he was talking to everybody. And he said he had everything. His, you know, the albums, he only had his third album by then. Maybe working on his fourth, but it wasn't there yet. Like he said, his Maseratis, his Bentleys, he had his house up on the hill. You know, he said he was riding up and down Rodeo, you know, single. And people was in the audience and was like, oh, he was like, don't say all for me. I was doing good. It was just me.
Yeah.
He said, but then God stopped me one day and told me, this is as far as you're going to go.
Wow.
Until you settle down and find somebody. You have everything that you have now, but you're never going to be rich until you do what you're supposed to do and find you a wife, which is a good thing. Now he's talking about, I'm on album number 8 because I have 4 mouths to feed.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It was his wife, the reason, because he had a wife. So now he has somebody that he has to take care of. And then they get, you know, they have a baby.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, I'm a man. This is my family.
Yeah.
So I have to do more to be able to take care of my family. Then here come 2 and then here come 3. So he like, y'all, I'm feeding 4 mouths. He's like, why you think I'm out here on this stage now?
He said, I got
Y'all probably thought Kim retired. When the last time we seen Kim?
Right.
But man, when I say he looked good.
Really?
And he sang like he sang on them albums and he touched your spirit and he loved God and he not scared to talk about him. And I'm, you know, Philadelphia again being, you know, dominantly Muslim, you know, I was like looking and I was just grateful that he bought, you know, nobody actually had a problem with it. Like, because, you know, that's what that city is, but he brought God into that situation. And that's what made me think like, it's not complete until you become a union. I've watched friends be with people for years, and when they got married to them, everything changed. Better jobs came. Everything.
You get
the favor. You get double. So I'm like, hold up. Okay? Because I thought it was the end for me. But what it was he got me to a point in my life to where God needed to do this. Okay, because I was missing blessings because when you're dating somebody and then y'all break up, what you give yourself like 3-4 months, right? And then you're dating someone else. People are blessing blockers and you don't know. Okay, and then you're in situations and you're thinking, well, I don't want to be without this person and different things like that. So he don't let you grow. Because you're not removing yourself from situations that are not bringing you any, you know, any positivity and things like that. So the death, you can't come up out of that.
No.
You can't go date somebody in 3 or 4 months.
No.
You literally have to go through that, then go through the trauma of getting over that, and then knowing who you are
all over
after it. I died with him. It's not a lie. You know, that's why I said, like, it's crazy. My skin glowing and everything. This is a whole new me. You know, and that's why I'm like, I wish people get to know who I am now because a lot of them old ways have died. Tomorrow is never promised.
No, it's
so I just want people, you know, to be happy and be loved and, you know, let's forget about what went on and let's just try to live in the now and in the future and how we can make things better.
Because life is fleeting, that's for sure.
Yes, no, for sure.
But you're destined for something amazing.
But how about your daughter? She got married.
She did.
And I'm so happy. That was so decent.
Year in December.
Yes. I mean, beautiful.
Thank you.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like looking like, no, you're not. You're not going to just sit here and be like, oh, forget it. You say, no, you keep working on yourself because
God gives us the desires of our heart. That's biblical. So all you have to do is ask. And there it is. So you're doing the work. And I can see it all over you.
So that's why I say he preparing me for somebody.
The right one. That's right.
So I'm excited about what's to come.
I'm excited for you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to have you back again.
Yes, I would love to come back.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to go and subscribe to the Jay Williams Experience podcast on YouTube. Until next time, bye.